Hi everybody. Buonasera, Romania. We are here today, uh, one day more in Eurovision Fantasia, and today we have Andrei from Romania. Hi, Andrei. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation to the interview.
Hello, thank you very much for having me, Eurovision Fantasia. I'm very honored to be here tonight, and thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so as we know, you are one of the 12 participants of the Selectia Nationala. I don't know how to say in Romanian, sorry. I'm Spanish and it's quite similar, Romanian and Spanish, but
Yeah, that's true.
I still can't pronounce perfectly. Okay, so we know that you are one of the contestants for this year Selectia Nationala to choose the Romanian entry for Eurovision 2023 in Liverpool. How do you feel when you found out that you were chosen for this year's competition? What are your expectations for both Selectia Nationala and Eurovision?
Eurovision in general, you mean? So I'll start with the beginning, because I found out about this whole thing close to Christmas. So we're just getting ready to celebrate Christmas, and I just saw the message. I saw an email actually, and it started out to me to it almost felt like it was a a joke or something. I didn't know how to actually perceive it because it's such great news. And then I read it again, and then I realized, oh my God, this is happening. This is a song that doesn't. They were telling me there's a song that doesn't have an artist, and that the writers were thinking of me to become the singer. So for me, Eurovision hit like a train. You know, I was not expecting this to happen so fast and in such a manner. What I can definitely say is it took me a little bit of adjusting to the fact that I have to deliver a song very quickly. We had to record in a couple of days, and we had to really make sure that it's the best performance and we have the best kind of takes. So it really took a lot of discipline, and it took a lot of effort to make sure we have a good product. And I'm so glad that the product is out and it sounds very good to my ears. In terms of what I expect from Eurovision and from the national final, I think that the main aspect of me going on to this contest is trying to achieve a better understanding of who I am as an artist. It's also about achieving a different stage in my career. So I'm very, very honored for the fact that Mr. Moreland thought of me as the voice that can represent his song, Statues. Moreland is such an amazing artist from Norway. I'm sure the Eurovision fans know about him. Yeah. So you can imagine when I saw his name, I couldn't believe that I'm getting a song from him, and I then worked with him and we chatted, and we just did the song together, and it's been a blessing, honestly. He's so talented, and he really inspired me to really want to win this selection.
Well, that's really great. So also, like your song's called Statues, and from what I've listening to it, it feels to me like quite like anthemic. I feel like I can like sing along with lyrics, very motivational. Can you like tell me a bit more about what the song means to you, and like what the lyrics mean to you, and what they will mean to people listening to the song?
Sure. The song Statues, it has quite an interesting I mean, there's an interesting approach to the lyrics. When I first read the lyrics, I couldn't understand exactly, as soon as I read it, what "Let It Burn" means, because it's such an anthemic song all the way through, and then you have this "Let it burn, let it burn." It's not even the right key what I'm singing right now, but just I have neighbors. I don't want to disturb them yet, but in those lyrics, I think that that's the only place where anyone that hears the song can put their own kind of fingerprint on, because that's the lyric that gives space to the listener to add their own story into the song. The song is about living life at fullest, at its fullest, and it's about overcoming challenges. It's also about leaving something behind. It's about not just living in vain. It's about wanting to leave something into the future. And for me personally, I think even having in Europe 2023 the option of thinking of future, it's a blessing of being free. And for me, the song has touched a little bit on the freedom subject, because I do think that it's important to value our different cultures, and it's important to value the freedom we have to express our cultures.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's one of the great things about Eurovision, that everyone just like sends in a song and everyone just kind of accepts everyone's cultures and learns about them more from the songs and all that. I think that's really great. Aitor?
Yeah. Not talking more about your song. You said that Morlan wrote the song and you were chosen as the singer, so you feel blessed about because of this. But do you think that these kind of songs represent you as an artist? What are your influences when you write songs or when you sing? And yeah, if you can tell us a little bit more about what influenced you as an artist and which kind of styles you normally sing, and yeah.
So I was quite surprised with even with myself in a way for achieving such a, I don't know, kind of dynamic song, because usually I would go for ballads. I'm more of a ballad guy. I'm gonna be very honest for Eurovision Fantasia tonight. So I'm more of a ballads person, and I actually went on X Factor Romania, and I went to the grand final in on X Factor, and I actually went there doing better on ballad songs. So for me, it was a challenge, to a very positive challenge, to jump on a song that's a little bit more upbeat, but where I can put the same kind of emotion you would put in a ballad. I started talking about ballads because my influences started from, I don't know, 50s jazz musicians. That would be Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, the Rat Pack, and just coming closer to nowadays, I think an inspiration would be maybe Hozier.
Yeah.
I really think this artist has such an amazing trajectory, I could say, and the storyline that he brings in all of his singing and all of his songs is just incredible. I listen to a lot of music. I tend not to say that one style defines me, because I do believe that music should be for everyone, and whenever you enclose yourself in a genre, you sometimes lose touch with authenticity. So even in what I'm songwriting, I'm usually going after indie kind of sounds. My band Unknown Chapters from London, we actually released an EP and a couple of other singles, and they all had elements from a lot of different elements and textures from a lot of different type of music. So I like to explore. Let's put it this way.
That's great. That's so cool. So I have a question about Selectia Nationala. I'm not going to be saying that right. I speak 0 words of Romanian.
It's the national selection of
National
Romania.
yeah, that means yeah. So it's about 4 weeks-ish time away. So it's coming up in the next month. So what sort of performance can we expect to see from you during the national final? I'm going to say it in English now, so I cannot say it in Romanian.
There's no worries. I mean, you really went for the goods now, right?
Yeah. I
mean,
we know you can't give us everything away, but like a little hint, you know.
Little hints. I'll just say that we sat down, a bunch of people, let's put it this way. Mm-hmm. A bunch of people sat down and we thought about the song, and we thought about the costume, and we definitely want to tell a story about this character, this collective character. Mm-hmm. I think that being the representative of a group brings such a weight on one's shoulder, And I do believe that when I'm singing, they're gonna build statues in our name.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be about me and I don't know, my persona. It's about a collective character. It's about all of us. It's about achieving greatness, and it's about being better than yesterday and moving forward. So I'm trying to put this kind of stamp in my performance. I really want to have something that visually makes you remember the song. And I do want to raise up the bar in a way and reinvent myself, because I haven't done this type of performance from scratch. So I'm quite amazed of the fact that I have inspiration to do this show myself,
Okay.
and I'm writing it with a couple other people, and I'm thinking of ideas with a couple other people. But it's been such an amazing journey for me as an artist to see how this is born, and this is bred to become a performance.
Have you
So
completed the planning yet, or is it still work in progress?
I mean, until I set foot on that stage, it's still gonna be a work in
Yeah.
progress, because yeah, you definitely need to adapt to the place, and you need to adapt to the emotion of the night and everything else. So it's close to be done, obviously, but as soon as we step on that stage, it's gonna be a different feeling.
That's great.
And do you think like are you planning on doing a performance that you can take later to a bigger stage of Eurovision, or do you think that you will stick to the you will change it as you will have more like a facility, like a more bigger space and bigger everything
I'm
literally?
actually trying, and this is quite interesting. I'm actually trying to think internationally in terms of the show, but I have to consider the fact that I don't have all the resources now in Romania, and obviously it's a completely different setting. But I do believe that this type of show, at least the idea and the core of it, can be taken over to the next steps. God bless, I hope. I hope I pass, and then I can promote my idea. Maybe maybe we can keep it.
That's really great. So also, about that national final, there are some really good songs competing this year, including yours, of course. I'm really enjoying your song. How
Thank
do
you.
you feel about the competition this year at Selectia Nationala? Like, how does it make you feel? Does it motivate you, give you pressure? Like, how
It
has that been
makes
for you?
me so happy, actually, because I do think that in the Romanian culture and even internationally, we should achieve this knowledge that there's a new wave of artists just waiting around the corner, and there's so much potential. And I'm so happy that I'm in a very diverse bunch. We have very diverse sounds and very diverse approaches towards music, and I do love the energy that this group kind of sends.
Mhm.
I do think that it's an inspiration more than a scare. I think I'm taking it as more of an inspiration, and it's actually the competition drives my my hunger of achieving the best quality product for the evening of the show.
That's great.
So yeah, as we know, this year Selección Nacional is gonna be 100% televote. What if you end up winning the on that night? Do you see yourself in Eurovision? And are you familiar with the Eurovision world in general, like how competitive it is, but also rewarding? As even if you don't win, you get exposed to billions of people, and your song can be like can reach thousand, like yeah, the whole world literally.
Hundreds of millions of streams, like worldwide success.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm trying not to think of all the pressure that comes with all that, everything you just said. But I'm definitely excited to see how Romania sees this contest, because I think the audience now is in a position that um, I don't know, it's never been like this, and I do think that this is almost a democratic decision towards how Romanians see art that can be sent towards Europe and towards the world to represent. And for us, the performance, the only thing we can do is really showcase what we believe in and really showcase the best of ourselves. because it's really in the hands of the listeners, and it's all depending on the night. This is something that I talked about with Morland as well, and he said actually the most important thing ever is the evening when you perform. So don't stress about anything else more than you're gonna stress about how you're gonna sing, not even perform, dance, or move around, or whatever you would expect from a Eurovision performance. But it's about singing passionately and singing from your soul, and making sure that you reach people beyond the screen.
That's great.
So as we know, your song is something different than normally Romania wouldn't send. Compared to other songs from Romania, like do you like other songs from Romania in the past, or how do you think people will react to your song, both nationally and internationally? And are you a follower of Eurovision? And which are your Eurovision inspirations? For example, songs that you think that you would like to sing, or you will like you really love.
So I definitely followed Eurovision. I actually missed this question. I haven't answered it. So I do follow Eurovision. I do. So let's start with. I do think that the song. We're starting with my song. So I do think that the song is a very fresh kind of thing, that fresh kind of product that Romania would send. It would make sense to send a song in English, and it would make sense to send a song with this kind of vibe from my perspective, because we're going to the UK. But in terms of how I see it internationally, I do think that it's gonna be interesting, because it's so out of the box in a way, that I do think that it's almost like a wild card choosing the song. I do think that it can be such an interesting turn of events if we have a song like this, and I hope that I'm gonna be the one going forward, because I do want to represent this type of music coming from Romania, and to think it's very important to show the world that we have artists that perform in different type of genres. In terms of my favorite songs from Eurovision, maybe this was a question, right? One of the questions.
Yeah.
Both from Romania or
general.
From Romania, I mean the last song we sent last year is probably one of the best songs I heard that we sent.
Yes.
Yes.
Such a hit, especially in Spain. Like it was a hit. Like literally.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
So good.
It's everywhere here as well. So I'm very glad for Urs for making this song and performing it the way he did. I really like everything, the staging and everything. It's been an inspiration, and obviously there are some big shoes to fill in when you think about going after this kind of a performance. But I'm quite confident. I'm quite confident that I have what it takes to really bring this.
And what about internationally? Like what other songs from Eurovision you like from other years?
From other, I'm gonna go way back. Because I started saying that I'm listening to jazz music. I'm listening to kind of like very old, not very old, old jazz music, and I'm listening to the Rat Pack. And I remember listening to Volare from Dean Martin, and it just blew my head away to see that it actually went on Eurovision.
No one knows actually. Like everybody thinks that it's just a famous song, but then
exactly
when you
I was
Eurovision,
so intrigued, super intrigued. And then again, I was listening to "Send All Your Kisses to Me," which is the British song.
UK,
I was listening to old music, and I didn't know. I think this is amazing that I get to speak about this, because in my childhood, I touched a lot of types of music, but I never knew they were quite this anchored in Eurovision. And I'm super glad that I found this kind of gems of knowledge and information about the music, because people tend to associate Eurovision with I don't know, just music that doesn't normally make it all the way through. Like maybe there's one euphoria that happens and then you hear it for the rest of the years. But then there are not a lot of songs that make it through the years. But this one made it so long, and it didn't even win. So for me, it's such an inspiration.
That's changing now in the recent years with, for example, Snap last year
Wasn't
for
it?
Rosalind from Armenia.
That's true.
She came 20th.
And she blew up everything, all the records.
I feel like
So
yeah, I feel like the quality of songs is getting better every single year, and the chance
That is true.
to get like viral and to do really well internationally is like increasing. Of course, I think more people are watching the contest now because the quality is better, and therefore we got more chances to go viral and all that, which is amazing. And it's so
That
cool.
is true. That is true. We live different times as well, and there's definitely a lot more countries participating. So it's definitely much more engagement happening. There's one recent song that I played on repeat, and I'm guilty. This is such an amazing artist, and I discovered her on Eurovision, but she's amazing. It's Cornelia Jacobs. I hope I said that correctly.
We love her. We love her. Yes.
Holy
she's amazing.
She's amazing.
Come on.
We met her
Oh my
actually.
God.
We met her at that concert in London.
I am so jealous.
She is like the nicest person ever. Like she recognized
Oh my
us
God.
and stuff. It was the best thing. Oh my
She's
God.
so lovely. And her music is so inspiring and so pure and true. You know, you can.
The power you feel when you're around her as well. There were also these fangirls who traveled across Europe going to all her shows, and they were right in the front, right in the front of the crowd. All these girls were like screaming every single song, even her unreleased songs. They were just screaming them, and we were all like, "What is going on?" Because most people there were just Eurovision fans watching for Hold Me Closer.
That is amazing. Yeah, this is something I wish for as well in my career. Like she's definitely an inspiration.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she's very unique. It's a very unique artist. Yeah.
It's great though. I feel like lots of Eurovision artists they've been coming to London on like concerts. It's like something like 500-ish people, and they fill them up with Eurovision fans, and then everyone's just singing along to the songs, and it's absolutely incredible. And we got Amanda Tenfjord for Greece, who was last year in a few weeks, haven't we? What day is it? I don't remember when it is. Going to that. I got Cornelia again because we have to go see Cornelia again because she's coming. Not gonna miss it.
Cornelia, come on.
It's great. It's so much fun, and I love the community Eurovision like give people as well. Even if you don't win, you still get these like new fans, new people you get to interact with and engage with, and that's like one of the best things I think about Eurovision. The people you get to meet, like Aitor. Like I met him at a Eurovision party last year.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Actually, we met at the same time as we met Urs. I remember.
Yeah, we
met Urs. Yeah.
So
we met him.
You just formed as a duo.
Yeah,
like literally like 1 year ago, less than 1 year ago, because if you get to go to Eurovision, you will do this
pre-party.
Yeah, like a pre-party promotion in Europe. And we met in the pre-party in London. So yeah.
I said to Aitor, I like your eye gems, and then we became friends.
That is amazing.
It's so much fun. And tomorrow we got
Eurovision. Yes. So if you win Selectia Nationala, you will come to London for the pre-party, and we will meet here.
Or Madrid or Barcelona, Amsterdam. There are a bunch of them now, actually. Also, we're going to Madrid as well. So if we're going to Madrid, we'll be there as well. Not in the front. We didn't get the front row tickets.
It's gonna be amazing. Yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you've done all the questions now.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you so much for coming today, by the way. We really appreciate you taking your time to talk to us. We wish you the very best of luck in the national final, saying in English, in February. And one more thing, do you have a message you can send to our followers at Eurovision Fantasia?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thank you for having me. Thank you for all the amazing questions, and thank you for taking your time as well to ask me these questions. My message for Eurovision Fantasia would be thank you for supporting this contest. Thank you for making it for artists like myself to really, really get inspired and really want to perform. Thank you for bringing such joy, because this world needs a lot of joy. And I do think that Eurovision fans have a lot of joy inside them.
Definitely.
And I do hope that you watch the national selection in Romania on the 11th of February. I'm going to perform Statues.